Who do you turn to in times of sadness or grief?
I usually just do a lot of walking. I go up in the mountains and just hike a lot to get my thoughts together, and it seems to help a lot.
We recently had a pretty tragic thing happen. I mean, you probably know about it. David Grubbs, who was murdered, was best man in our wedding.
Sorry.
So it's been one of those things where you definitely learn how you deal with grief, and it's nice to have a support system that really helps. I turn to my family. I've got a big family in town, and they've been my biggest support.
Very family oriented, so I turn to my family. We've all kind of been through the same thing, so we kind of just deal with it together. And then if I can't turn to them, then I turn to God. I'm a Christian, so I believe He's just always there for me.
I had the loss of a parent when I was 13, and Winter Spring enabled me to bridge the gap between the grief that I have and working through that grief. They bridged the gap between that and getting professional help, whether it be counselor, therapists, literature.
Well, I had a very large loss 10 years ago and changed my life forever. And the first thing I did was drive across the country. And that was important because I needed to get a different view of things. And I listened to music the entire way because I found that people get very upset if you cry in front of them a lot. And yet you have to cry. I mean, grief it's letting it out. And I cry now all the time. And I let that flow go, and that's important for not only getting over the first part of grief, but also to carry on. Found a puppy along the way, and that was very exciting. The other thing that was really important for me, because it was a specific kind of loss, was that I went to a meeting of similar people who had survived the loss that I had. That has been really valuable to me because it means a lot to be around people who know what you're experiencing, who are in the same place. And you gather together and gives you strength. As far as recommendations for others, I would say do exactly what you feel like doing and follow your own timetable, because grief does not have a timetable. It's very individualized. And don't ever let anyone tell you that you're crazy for experiencing grief in your own way.